Hello, I'm Diane Marshall. I'm a Rotarian and have been a Rotarian since 1990, and I'm 80 years old, which means I've been to almost 75 parades. Yes, I've been involved since even before I became a Rotarian, because my uncle was a Rotarian, and if you're able-bodied, and then you are part of all the activities because they need a lot of help. Yes, we usually came, and that was on Wednesday evenings when we had community night, and we always went to the courthouse area, and it's amazing. So many other people, it was traditional with them too, because you would meet the same people in your area, and you might not see them during the year, but you would certainly see them for a community night. After the parade, you always went down to the grounds and you took part in all the activities, and the over and under, and the crown and anchor, and the china pitch, where you pitch a quarter to see if you could get a cup or an ashtray. An ashtray was the common one in the china pitch. The blanket booth, that was a very popular booth. And I think you paid a quarter for a chance on the blanket. And Joe Arzetti was the blanket man. And those people, they just went every season. You looked for them, you know, because they were part of, our activities. What I remember from that as a child, Skipper Manzutti, or Captain Manzutti, he was a very involved Rotarian, and he had a stuffed parrot on his shoulder. And how it was stationed there, I don't know, but it was camouflaged, and it just looked like he was walking around with this parrot on his shoulder, and he was selling tickets. And as a kid, I was absolutely mesmerized by that. And then in the early years, of course, we did all of our own food on the grounds. And Emily and Ron Elliott looked after the cotton candy. But when you saw them near the end of the evening, they had all this spun sugar in their hair. It was just dripping from their hair, but they were masters at making wonderful cotton candy. Oh, the cotton candy, yes. And then when I first started to help, I worked with Attilio Berdusco, and he was in the French fry man. And talk about a greasy container there, and you just came out sopping in oil. But anyway, Attilio was wonderful at his craft, and he was a great guy to work with. And then there were a lot of other people that would make their own floats and make sure that they were involved, and they would create their own floats. It wasn't a company, it was individuals on streets and turning a little Volkswagen, and they'd come up through the pop in the roof and then have it as a real ballroom skirt over they were really creative, and they were really supportive, and so you always look to see what people were coming up with. And we used to have a lot of kids walk the parade, and they were in costumes, or they'd have their decorated bikes or tricycles, and moms would walk with them because it was a long route. But at one time, we used to have a lot of individual children be part of the parade, which is exciting for them. We have wonderful community to support our endeavor, wonderful supportive.